Woo! Alright. We back at it again. Solo casting. I don't know how many people are gonna watch, but that's okay, because we're really doing it for the stream hours, as long as we stay above 3 average, which I don't think it's possible for us to fall out as long as we've got like 1 or 2 viewers. Like, we averaged 6 for the last stream, and that was me babbling incoherently for 2 games, so. I'm trying to load game 1. It's just taking forever for some reason. I don't really know why. Are they GRO? Glacial Rising? Omen? Glacial Omen? Glow? Maybe? I don't know how they... Because the other team is Glacial Rising Eagles. Are they Glacial Rising Omen? Or is the Omen not rising? Don't worry, I'm gonna skip back once I'm done doing the thing I'm doing. Alright. Oh, the RotM doesn't quite fit in the box there. Alright, we're gonna do this kind of quick and dirty. This stream is technically against GRLCS rules, but that's fine. They don't need to know. Or maybe I'm just confused about the weeks because it has been quite a week. Anyway, this is week 3 for the gold team. ROTM taking on the Glacial. They have the full Glay tag. I guess their Twitter is at the Glay, GLAE. But like, I don't know, man. This is game 1 from their series. On the blue side of the rift is Glacial Omen. That still doesn't feel right. There's no noun there. Like, Omen is a noun, but, you know. Anyway, Zen Zero RL in the top lane. I guess he plays Rocket League, would be RL, right? Zero Zen. I think I said Zen Zero. He's playing Camille, not Joker, who we're going to refer to as Joker, is playing Jarvan the 4. Ishan? It's not anything backwards. It's just Ishan is playing Galio. And Crazy Movin' is on Senate, and Starling is on Leona. You have to pronounce rotating caps names like that, by the way. That's just necessary to pretend like you're having an aneurysm. Anyway, the heroes on the red side of the rift, Return of the Middle Sticks Gold, Dyslexic in the top lane on Poppy, Gid, Shade, Slayer in the jungle playing Hecarim, Ice Sinister in mid on Syndra, wow, and Frugi, and Oath in the bottom lane playing Ashe and Nautilus. Once again, this is the post-work solo cast. Unfortunately, before I can get any co-casters back. Good hook by Oath to start some of the aggression here. Starling gonna get chunked low. That's a good trade so far for that bottom lane. We'll see if they can keep up that pressure. In terms of like lane matchups, Poppy's pretty good into Camille. You can get around it by just not using your E, which, I mean, kind of sucks. Honestly, I like going for like a W max. I don't know about the grasp in this matchup, but yeah, it's deal-withable. It's not like unwinnable for Camille as you're seeing some short trades. Hecarim shouldn't ever be that low in his jungle, so that's very surprising. But yeah, Hecarim should have a pretty good early advantage over Jarvan. Jarvan can, you know, becomes like kind of tankier, but they're almost the same champion. Jarvan can go for a little bit earlier ganks, though. I don't know. It feels like Hecarim is just the Jarvan on this patch. Big like CC AoE team fight, kind of bruisery. Maybe that's not right. Syndra into Galio is a farm lane. Galio doesn't really have kill threat on Syndra because anytime he tries to Justice Punch, can get knocked aside by Scatter the Weak. Similarly, because of like the magic damage shield and whatnot, it's really hard for Syndra to kill Galio, so you just kind of exist in that lane. Dyslexic has to be pretty careful though. Taking too many stab legs to the face is fatal. Bottom lane, kind of interesting. The Hail of Blades on Ashe is a tech choice I haven't seen too much of. I feel like I've talked about it compared to like Lethal Tempo, where it's the earlier game option, whereas the late game damage, which is normally what you want, is the 80 carry. Dyslexic might die. No, okay. Okay, Joker was paying attention. I was like, if Joker's paying attention, he just walks in there. He used all of his abilities in the wrong order, but he still got first blood, so good for him. And the flash out of Dyslexic is gonna be rough. He can TP back, and probably has to, because that's 2 waves crashing. Yeah, I don't think you can just be behind 10 CS. Meanwhile, Zero Mr. Rocket League himself, doesn't have to take that option because has that wave shoved, can go ahead and walk back to lane and save his TP, which means that we could see that Camille make a play bottom. It's going to be hard to kill Ashe Nautilus with Senna. Like, you don't do a whole lot of poke. This is just a pretty boring lane. Also, crazy moving. Even, I think, rotating caps like that was a StarCraft pro. I don't know if this is, like, why this man has named this. I kind of hope it is. That's my big insight. And Joker with a 0 is a player for sandbox gaming. Not a StarCraft player, League player, but this is the real analysis that you come to the Return of the Middle Stick stream for. Anyway, Gid looking here mid gets the knockback off of the charge, even able to block the Justice Punch. Ishan's going to go down. Not first blood, that was second blood, but that's a really good kill by Sinister and Gid. Good teamwork there, and just enough damage on the unleashed power from Sinister. But yeah, I really liked what Gid did. Just walking in front of the Justice Punch meant that he can't use it to get extra distance. Had to invest the flash. He could have flashed early on that gank and been fine, but just didn't, so, you know, whatever. Gid is getting some counter jungling done for some reason right now. I don't know exactly what was seen, but it's going to cost him the dragon. And the bot scuttle. Which I don't... Yeah, they just spotted him top lane on that wave. This is very weird pathing. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, and that's also going to set up a counter jungle of his own blue side. And the blue buff just spawned. Oh. I don't know if that's intentional or if that was just like a... Okay, we got the dragon, we're strong on this side, we know Hecarim's on top, we can just poke in here. And ooh, a blue buff. Or if this was like a planned thing. I always want to give benefit of the doubt, but then I realize that it's gold teams and it's hard to plan things. Ooh, don't take that. Ooh. Yeah, that'll still chunk through the buckler shield there. Yeah, Zero's playing this really well. He's playing the lane about how you have to as Camille. Normally you're looking to get more aggressive, like hookshotting off the wall, setting up your stun, but instead he's been walking in, getting trades with just auto attacks, and doing a really good job keeping himself topped off with the tactical sweep. Dyslexic will eventually get tanky, like once he hits Bramble Vest Tabi. This lane just completely swings. Or if he can ever start landing the second part of his Hammer Shock, that percent health damage starts wearing down, but for right now it's a little tough. He's doing well keeping up in CS. Oath goes in, that's a good auto just to get that down. A couple of level 6s hit. Crazy Movement's taken low. Not on the same page there between Frug and Oath. And Frug's not level 6, neither is Oath, and they're fighting the... I don't know how they got behind, and I guess they took a back? They had to have taken a back at some point, and it looks like Crazy Movement and Starling didn't. And that just caught them a little bit off of on the XP, even though they went to... That must have been it. Okay. I wasn't looking at the map state. It must have been the back while Glacial Omen took Dragon. Ooh, almost the solo kill. Sinister. Sinister came to play. Looks like we're just going to get some vision control right now around Rift Herald. It would have been nice if on that Dragon take, if we could have taken Rift Herald. I think it was definitely pre... Yeah, the time doesn't work out. It was definitely pre-Rift Herald spawn, but that's at least the hope. Where's that Hawkshot going? Headed to the blue side, it looks like. So you see Camille, but you don't know where Jarvan is necessarily. You know where he isn't, which is almost more important. It's not more important. It would be more important to know where he is. I don't know why I said that. So Dyslexic, I don't know if you're watching or will go back and watch. I think you just need to rush the Tabi. Using that 500 rather than for the Bomby Cinder just to get Tabi early will help you trade better. I know this feels better to like keep the wave off your turret and compete with the Tiamat, but yeah, you just can't step up and trade until you get Tabi plus probably Bramble. This is a really good engage. They're gonna kill Brug. Git is here. He just jumps into the Jarvan Jacuzzi, but Oath doesn't have anything to help him with. Yeah. I have to blow my nose. I apologize, stream. Hopefully nothing important happens. I don't know why I'm getting all mucusy. My allergies have been really bad the last couple of days. I hope you all enjoyed that on stream. It's like the reverse of ASMR. Anyway, this is a roam down from 0, gets the double taunt. I don't think they can finish off... Yeah. Alright, so this is starting to get rough. So those two plays back-to-back just really swung open this early game. And now it's going to be really tough to battle back. You need that perfect front-to-back team fight that you kind of have set up with your team comp. And even then you might lose because theirs is pretty good too. Not as good. You have the Senna rather than the Ashe, so you have the ability to output more damage if Frug can stay safe, but we'll have to see. Ashe already tried to disengage. He's probably still dead. Yeah. That's rough. You can tell they were roaming down there after the dragon. There's just so many tools, yeah. So all 5 people for Omen are down here, which means the Dyslexic gets the free push in the top lane at least. Oath? I don't know exactly if he was just trying to interrupt some recalls or maybe catch them half and half. Oh, that's such a good ult though. Alright, well, he messed up with the positioning and then redeemed himself immediately, so good for him. And Poppy's just gonna get some damage down, so that's nice. The ult was so good because it knocked Camille out of the hookshot in addition to also getting the knock-up on the, I think it was the Leona in front. Just completely stalled the engage. Dyslexic can't win this fight. And I don't think he knows that he can't win that fight. Yeah, already with the Ravenous Hydra Rush is really punishing if you don't have a Bramble. That's not synergy. It's still going to work out. He bought way more time than he should have, but yeah, good Roma up. I guess that's what he was doing, was just trying to stall for the fight, which is fair. So, I take back my negative critique. So you got picks. You got 2 picks, and you have to keep finding picks in order to get back in the game. 3 minutes on that dragon sucks, because that means that your soul's going to be at like 22, 23 minutes. And that's going to be really hard to fight for. But you just kind of have to stall out. They're going to get that Herald, which... second Herald isn't super valuable, really. I'm not... I had a discussion with a couple of people the other day. Oh my god. Alright, well. They thought they had the pick, but then they didn't have the pick, and then they got reverse picked. Like, you see the play, but it's still not contestable, really. Yeah. Oath needs a sweeper. Just throwing that one. Just gonna lay that one out there. Should be pretty close, if not... I mean, he's not there, but he should be pretty close. I guess I could see. 805? Ooh, he's really behind on those spoils of war. So that's like 2 more charges, 3 more charges. If you get cannons. I really don't like her hat in that skin. Like, that pink floppy hat just bothers me in this chroma. Like, it's not Wild West, right? Maybe I'm crazy. Gid's looking for a gank in top lane. I don't think that this is the lane that you need, but really needs Zero to use his hook shot. Because Dyslexic is not making any progress on this. He got the lane shoved in, though. I mean, that probably breaks the turret. That's about as good as you can do without, like, with plates being down. Jarvan's also here. I hope they don't stop it on the way in. They won't be able to. Oop. Okay. That was a really weird interaction. They might be able to turn this. Oh, the Senna ult is actually pretty good. Yeah, they got it onto Zero Zen. Now focusing on the Joker. Sinister is here. Gid needs to kite. Oh, the Jacuzzi isn't quite enough. And the Galio ult can't go through. I don't think they can kill Galio. Yeah, they just need to leave. Ooh, Dyslexic might be in trouble. That's a good knockback. Alright. Everybody's fine. They got both of the globals, actually just all of the ultimates other than the Leona Solar Flare. So you have this opportunity now. You have an extra ult on them. If you can group up for this dragon, which you can't because Kid hasn't recalled yet. But because of the ult timers, you could almost scrap for this. I don't know if that's like in their head necessarily. You can't get caught beforehand though. Oath? Oh no. Alright. I was almost triggered. I had to... The league I'd been playing in doesn't allow emotes during the game. I saw the emote was like, ooh, he's a bad man, but he's really not. It doesn't matter. So if this, not that this particular situation, but I want to think about that situation a little bit differently, especially with as much as they'd expended in the top lane, especially with both of the globals down. It meant that if you can get everybody reset at the same time, you have the opportunity with an extra ult. You have the Nautilus ult and the Syndra ult to use against only the Leona. You could maybe fight for that dragon and delay Soul Point 5 minutes, which is huge. Instead, Oath got picked, Gid didn't recall, and it just means that everything is bad, essentially. Would have been nice to get that tower. We're actually doing pretty well, excuse me, on these outer ring of towers. Top lane's down, mid lane and bot lane are both chunked if we can ever get a push through. That's a lot of gold that would come flooding back if we could break those. The way to do that, of course, is just through lane assignments, essentially. There you go. Alright, I didn't think Poppy would be necessarily the lane assignment, but with the Demolish plus the Buckler, that's pretty good. So now with mid lane down, you actually have more pressure than you should. I know that you feel like you're super behind at this point, and you're decently behind. Like 3,000 gold isn't anything to sniff at, but you can be out on the map without being super risky in certain areas. Now the spot lane is in a little bit of trouble if they get dove by Galio, Leona, Senna. I've never seen two bonks on one. That was that's high value off of the Poppy W. I'm supposed to be casting, not really analyzing. Boy, I don't really know what's going on right now. There's still 2 minutes before that dragon, so there's absolutely no reason for people just to be transiently roaming down in this blue side. What I would want to see if I'm Glacial Omen, you swap your bot lane top right now, and you get that tower. And then you let Camille just wave clear down here because she can kind of do that with her item setup. That's an investment. That was 2 ults. The bottom lane. They're going to be up for the dragon, though. And it's going to finally be this tower. Well, everybody's coming in. We could have a 4v4. It'd even be a 5v5. Both top laners have teleport. Who's going to look for the engage? Oath finds Ishan. I like the early teleport from Dyslexic. The counter teleport comes in from Zen0. Zero Zen. Oath goes down to begin the fight. Galio ult just going to get some distance. Gid is just trying to chase down Crazy Movement at the back of the fight. He should be able to finish this. Oh! Joker was paying attention to the plight of his ADC. That was kind of rough because... Oh, he's on a ward. See if anything else happens. Just fight back. Yeah. Sinister couldn't get into that fight in any meaningful way, so he never had his combo, like the ability to set up his combo onto anybody super relevant. Granted, it's hard because the only person he really wants to blow up is Senna. He can, like, you can make an argument for Camille, but I think that that's the entire list, right? The Galio just kind of eats it with his magic shield. Jarvan's a tank, and Leona's a tank. So it's really hard to play these fights if you're Sinister, but he's also the one that is kind of objectively doing the best right now. Once he finishes Liandry's, maybe he's got a little bit better excuse to try to chunk through frontline. Gid is just trying to steal this dragon, but it's not going to happen, and that's actually going to cost pretty high. This isn't actually contestable right now, I don't think. Yeah. Again, you saw how tough it is to be Syndra right there. Like, just kind of wandering through, minding her own business, not even set up with the orbs, and just gets completely jumped on and destroyed before able to cast, like, any abilities. So essentially that was Glacial Omen just smacking RotM with their wallet. Alright, sorry, I had a Discord message and wanted to make sure I wasn't getting yelled at. Alright, yeah. That was a really cool little effect with the sunlight all being procced on the tactical sweep. Anyway. Hi, Jabro. Alright, so Glacial is set up for Baron. Ishan has teleport and ult, which makes it really weird for him to play this particular engagement well, unless he walks all the way in, which he's doing. But yeah, there's really no reason for them to be this passive. Also, I have no idea what Senna is building. Like, I legitimately have no idea what that zeal is for. Alright, trying to get some picks, but it's not going to be great. That's a really good Poppy ult, but it kind of just doomed to get on the back of the fight, unfortunately. Ishan is tanky for not having any... Yeah. So again, it was kind of mixed targets in the fight, and thanks to Earth Soul plus just being Galio, he's really tanky, and that was kind of the only person who got focus fired at any point. It's a rough game. I'm assuming it doesn't go on too much longer. We can go on to better times. Maybe it stalls out forever. Maybe we start winning fights and we get some positive things. Are Senna's souls shaped like bullets? Have I not... They're not bullets normally. It's got to be that High Noon skin, right? Circle ult comp of Doom, like just the Jarvan Galio, pretty much, or Jarvan Galio Leona. There's a couple circles. There's not as many circles as there could be, but I guess with the Camille too, because you set up with the ultimatum and then just kill somebody, which this game has been sinister for the most part. All right, yeah, look, they're little bullets. They even make kind of a bullet noise when she pulls them. Alright, down 8,000 gold. What's the play? I don't know that there is one. Try to avoid getting doped like this. This is probably play number one. They can disengage. There's just no damage here, right? Yeah, Frug has been auto-attacking people the entire time and just cannot finish anybody off. They're finally overdiving a little bit too much, but Sinister, trade one, trade another. Boop. Alright. Yeah, that went about as well as you could hope for, and unfortunately it's going to end in an ace. Why doesn't he just ult? Okay. He could have ulted at any point and just kind of spared the drama. So that's a lot of shutdowns. If you look at the gold as a result of this, even with that tower, it closed just a little bit, which is kind of nice. I don't think you can track Camille down, yeah. But Camille's on 2 item power spike, Galio's on 3. Why did you buy a rapid fire cannon on Senna? But, you know, it's allegedly a spike. Alright, so Dyslexic, I don't know if you're watching or will watch. You need Bramble Vest. I know that the Sunfire Iceborne was like super good a long time ago, but unfortunately that combo just... It's honestly too much damage. You need that heal reduction plus the Blade Mail, whatever it's called, to actually negate some of Camille. This is disgusting. He just wanted to play League of Legends. I don't even think he wanted to play League of Legends. He just wanted to kill some minions. Wanted to play Farm Simulator. But yeah, Dyslexic just cannot exist in a side lane against Zero Zen, which makes everything infinitely harder. I don't know why they're even bothering doing this. They could just keep pressuring and win the game, but some teams have to be thorough. Look at that sick damage from that rapid fire cannon though. She can stand so far away. Somebody's gonna show up in the chat and be like, "Yeah, I really like rapid fire cannon on Senna," and I'm gonna be like, "No." Okay. All right, here comes GG down the map. At least they didn't also wait for the Baron. That would have been GSM. No flame. It's a little flame. What is the execute range? Okay, I was like, it's got to be getting close on the Poppy, but... Alright, so that's game 1. It goes to Glacial Omen. Alright, what do I want to see for game 2? I want to see a little bit more early pressure from Gid. I don't mind the Hecarim, but it just doesn't have the ability to create leads early. I'd like to see winning, like actual winning matchups rather than like theoretical counters. So in this case, maybe for bottom lane for Frug and Oath, like going for a Karma or something like that. Just to try to punish the Senna's lack of wave clear, get her under her turret. And then I guess something to keep in mind that I did mention a couple of times, just trying to find that time where you can punish the mistakes of your opponent. They messed up that top lane, used a bunch of their ultimates. You had the opportunity, I think, to punish at the dragon after that because they had so many resources on cooldown, but just kind of misplayed immediately after that, which, I mean, the game snowballed out of control on 2 plays that they made that just weren't answered, and that's hard, especially with the team comp that you have. Anyway, yeah, we'll be right back with game number 2. So don't go anywhere. And then I got game 3 on an email. Okay. And of course they switched side. Oh no, yeah, they did. That's really weird. The loading screen also switched sides. Oh, that was a super quick load. All right. I'm gonna just flip it back. And take some water. Don't worry, I'm actually here. All right, game 2. RotM's going to take blue side for game number 2. In the top lane, Dyslexic on Shen, Gid Shadeslayer on Warwick, I Sinister on Galio, and Ryan Frugi and Oath in the bottom lane playing Ezreal and Swain. And on the top side of the map, wearing the red health bars, is Glacial Omen. Zen Zero Zen. I don't know why I want to say Zen Zero, but that's not correct. He's playing Kale, not Joker, is on Hecarim. Ishan took away the Syndra, and then Crazy Movin' and Starlin are on Senna and Nautilus. Yeah, so Sinister takes the Galio side of the matchup, which we'll see. Maybe he got some quick learnings in that first game that he can apply. Warwick, a little bit earlier jungler, can do some things prior to 6, especially if you're getting people low in side lanes. Can just run around and be annoying and fear people. Shen should hard win against Kale early. It's just a matter of how Zero plays it, I think. This is really awkward. So they knew that his blue buff was being stolen, so they went for the counter invade, and Starling just basically man modes in there. So this actually super sucks for Warwick, right? Unless he can go back. Yeah, I don't really know what you do from this scenario, because you know you got shoved out, you know you probably got warded there. So you have to wait for that ward to time out before you can go back. And not Joker has a lot of different options available to him. Okay, this is not the option, though. Gid does not walk in here and just, like, maybe he catches him and kills him and then he just takes whatever he wants in return. I'm watching the minimap. We're casting off the minimap. Joker uses the Rampage to try to run away. He doesn't have Flash. He used the Ghost, gets taunted. First Blood for RTM. All right. Yeah, so now Gid can go to his red side jungle and just steal that. Or he could go into the counter blue side. Oath just killed a man down here. I didn't actually see what happened because I was watching the minimap. Starling is low. Frug doesn't quite have the last Q. This already looks a lot better. This just looks like they're playing with... Okay, this is maybe trouble. Poor Gid. He's trying to get something done anywhere that he can, and there just isn't anywhere for him really to go. Taunt gonna land. They're not quite gonna be able to find Ishan. The Winds of War didn't quite find it. Zero Zen hits the big heal, gets the flash out of Sinister. Oh, what? All right, I don't know why that happened. My brain's a little broken on that. Well, the first blood for Gid is gonna make up for the camp disadvantage, so that's nice. Other than that, this is just a really weird jungle start. Like, theoretically, Joker's going to be pretty ahead, but because it's actually a trade of kills, so yeah, he should be pretty ahead. But he won't be able to really show it until he spends all of the gold off of this rotation, which, if Gid gets out and gets one or two of these scuttle crabs, he'll be in an okay spot. I think he needs to realize that they're there, which... It's hard to know what's alive and what isn't for him to do right now. This is post-Kale update change. So her E's a lot more annoying, but her mana costs are higher across the board. I think that's the correct summary. It's an adjustment. It's not really a buffer in there. Another Claw gonna land, but it's just gonna cost Frug a lot of health. Oh, they're going for the... I don't think you dive at level 3. Oh, no. Yeah, it doesn't have Flash, so at least can't be punished as a result of that. Alright, Hecarim's just gonna do Dragon, which you can see he's 2 levels up. Oh, no, he canceled the Oh, no. Gid is down 24 farm. That's 6 jungle camps? Oh, they actually got the dive! Alright. Ooh! That was way closer than it had any right to be, but Dragon goes over to Glacial Omen. What is the discrepancy between the junglers? It's only 100? Oh, and they're gonna kill Kale again! Oh no! Oh no! I feel this in my soul as Kale. Like, he's getting some treatment. I like it from a purely biased RTM perspective, but my top laner soul just kind of died a little. That's a quick flash. That's really good. Dyslexic's not going to be able to turn, but that was really well played by Frug and Oath to make sure that nobody died during that. Oath didn't really do anything. He walked out, but it's still important that he did that. I don't like that Crazy Movin' went for a different Senna skin. Like, if you win on a skin in a best of series, you have to keep on that skin. If you lose and have the same pick, like, by all means change it. But yeah, if you win, you don't change your skin. Like, why would you do that? The only exception would be to match better if you had different picks, but like, this doesn't even look that great. Like, it's fine, but you don't match your Senna, you don't match your Hecarim. You kind of match base Kale, I guess, but I don't know. That's just a pure in. All right, it's a 400 or 200 gold lead, 400 now, for RTM, which doesn't really matter. It's got a Tiamat, which is nice. What else do we have? Nothing really important. Tiamat on Shen. Hopefully he can continue to punish Kale, especially now that Kale's getting close to 6 and being like a ranged champion. I really like Glacial Omen's objective control that they've had this series, though. They seem to be really aware of their early game timers. And like last game, we saw them stack the Earth Soul really fast. This game, they're on pace again. That's really good by them. Galio ult. Gonna try to turn this around. Do they actually have the damage? They do! They chop through 2! Zero is in trouble as well. Gets smited, gets punched, gets feared, and gets killed. Really nicely done. Got that turn on the Galio ult. Sinister hit the R button and clicked on somebody, and now they're going to get a turret plate or 2 for it. I think the highest percentage play would be to go for Herald right now, but we'll see what ROTM wants to do. You still have Kale at level 5. Dyslexic's level 7. And he's almost got Stand United available. They're sticking around for another plate. Well, they got it at least. I like the cull from Frug. This lane shouldn't be super exciting, especially if they can both stabilize at level 6, which isn't happening immediately. Dawning Shadow's actually down. I didn't see when Crazy Movin' used that, but Dawning Shadow's down and you have True Shot Barrage. You could almost make a play of that. God, Joker's annoying. What a jerk. I bet he's down in gold. Yeah, he's actually down 600 because of the kills. That's pretty funny. And by funny, I mean, like, that's probably how the game should work, but you know, he's up 8 jungle camps. Again, solo casting, so any of these long pauses are just because it's going to be a long haul. And the last time I did not treat my voice well, and in fact suffered a little bit for it. Alright, 2k gold lead at 10.5 minutes feels pretty good, and they're set up for this dragon. First dragon of the series, let's go! They're going to lose Rift Herald if Joker is aware, which he's doing Scuttle Crab on that side, so he should, yeah, gonna pop into that Herald pit. So it's actually a good trade back from Glacial Omen, kind of what I was talking about. They seem very aware of these early objectives. Dyslexic still hasn't been back to base in a while, has he? And yeah, he's kind of paying for it. I guess it hasn't been that long. Oh, just a little wide there from Gid. They have Stand United available, but he's trying to recall right now, so it's really hard to want to pull the trigger on that at that time. So just not the best time play. And Gid dies. That's a shutdown for Senna as well, which is a relatively big deal. I mean, he's got 1800 gold, so he'll finish Manamune, could finish Boots. Head toward that Black Cleaver again, I guess, which he gets very little value out of, but could do it. The Black Cleaver was fine last game because they had the Camille top lane, just for the record. So you're actually shredding armor for your Camille, as kind of backwards as that is, and like you're pretty good at applying it as Senna. But I don't know that it's worth it as just a solo item. Like, I guess Kale theoretically benefits a little from it. Hecarim theoretically benefits a little from it. Maybe it's fine. I'm also already ahead of myself because he's not committed to building it yet. I was kind of interested what support Swain builds. Apparently Leandry's, and that makes sense to me. It's gonna kind of suck. Oh, that was so close. He actually got the soul off of it, so that's nice. Are they souls? Does Swain pull souls? Or are they something else? I think they're souls. Everything's souls in this game. This might as well be Dark Souls. Alright, so big objectives. You gotta keep punishing Kale if you can. Because if she stalls out to 11, I mean, this feels pretty good. Yeah, she is just fucking dead. Couldn't even ult, which is tragic if you're a Kale fan, I guess. So, as I was talking about that, it comes to fruition. And they're going to get that last... God, that's going to take forever. Oh, no, it's already been chugged through. Alright. Well, you'll take the extra plate gold. Is he going to get a solo kill in both sides of the matchup? No, not quite. GLP's kind of weird on Syndra, right? I mean, I'm sure I've seen it, and I'm sure it's, like, relatively normal, but it just feels so counterintuitive. Like, your champion's supposed to burst, and it gives you less upfront burst. I mean, I guess if you hit the active, it's more upfront burst. I always have to turn my... Anyway, they're gonna... Oh! Alright, well... They actually committed way more to that than they needed to. Oat's in trouble, but he's got Bird Bomb. I don't think he'll get a chance to use it. Yeah, not quite tanky enough. Galio ult coming in. Gets the triple knockup. They're going to kill Senna. Oh, everybody else is here too. A big collapse from ROTM. Frug going to trade with Hecarim at the back end. That was a huge Galio ult. And then Shen and Warwick just ran through the turret, I guess, up on the top side. They're just zooming around the map together. And the only thing they lost, well, the only thing they lost, it does kind of suck, is that Kale got some solo. Kale went over shield? Like, I get it. I get it from a perspective, but like... Man, you're already really safe as Kale. Unless I guess you go 0-4 and just get taunted on by a Shen. He's got ult though. Does the ult give move speed? That looked really weird. Alright, Herald drop mid, gotta defend this really quick. Dragon's up in 8 seconds, so they're trying to use this to give them... I lost my train of thought because Syndra popped. They tried to use it to get ROTM to answer so that they could go to Dragon, and then they immediately didn't do the play that they were doing. So instead they just lose the Herald for free. Now Joker doesn't have a sweeper. Just calling him out real quick. And they're going to lose the Dragon. Yeah, so now we're in kind of the reverse of what we had last game, where Glacial... God, I keep getting caught up on Glacial Omen. Like, it's just not a... Like, I guess it's an omen of a glacier. Oh no, there's a glacier coming, everybody run! What is he maxing? I'm really curious. Sinister? Oh, it is the QMAT. It doesn't look like the Winds of War were doing any damage. Anyway, that's a really good pick and really disrespectful by Crazy moving just to be there. Like, the audacity of the AD carry to be on the map. Why is he trying to freeze? What is he doing? What killed him? Like, he's gathering up his minions to freeze. I guess theoretically so that Nautilus can come last hit them for him? That'd be the only reason. Like, there's no reason to freeze mid in that situation, right? So you kill most of the minions, and you just leave a couple of melee, but he tanks so much minion I don't know, that one hurt. Alright, Gid got second rift, which it has exactly 0 value right now, unless you can, I guess, pick somebody. In an ideal world, this is after the Q damage nerf. Okay, that makes sense. It didn't look like it was chunking as hard as normal. In an ideal world, that Rift Herald has 0 value. Essentially, you can maybe crash it into an inner turret, but we'll see. If you can get a pick or two, you can actually break towers open, which is a good meme. Alright, Kayle has a finished Gunblade and is level 11. That is something to keep an eye on. I don't know if anybody has that copy pasta that people use for Kayle and Kassadin, the 11 out of 16 with like the fingers pointing at the clock, but kind of on that. Like, I don't think that wins them the game by any means. But if you hit that, you feel a lot better. Right now he's going to die, though. The flash taunt was... it was stylish, but super unnecessary. I like the look. Anyway, that's a pick. If you had Warwick there, you could bust that tower. It just feels like the gold team isn't on the same page. Like, 3 people are clearly on the same page for the play, but the rest of the team isn't reacting in a way that that play makes sense. So now it's forcing rotation back to mid. This is actually going to bust this turret, which is kind of weird. Joker? I don't know what he's really looking to accomplish. I guess just to get them to back off. Big taunt from Dyslexic. I guess it was only on 1, but Galio ult coming in. Traded 1 for 1 so far. Taunt is the word I was trying to find. Gid gets chunked. They get the second charge. So all of that basically resulted in a second charge. Both supports die, which is theoretically an equal trade. But the big net gain was the big Rift Herald charge into the second tower. So now that's a point of pressure. If you can get a siege going at any point, you can just siege up that tower, and they have to give it. Or risk getting dove. What is this Giant's Belt for, Gid? I'm very curious. Dyslexic's clearly headed for his Titanic. Everything else looks pretty normal. I'm a staunch Iceborne hater on Ezreal. I'll always go Trinity Force pretty much, but like theoretically that's fine. That's just my personal opinion, man. He's doing it again! What is this? Why? Crazy moving! What do you know? He's going for another Zeal item. He's gonna go for the rapid fire cannon. He had the decency to skip Black Cleaver because it wouldn't have been super great, but like... why? Hecarim also hasn't finished tier 2 boots, but has a finished Trinity Force. So he's like a bruiser pony? but doesn't have that burst right now, which is super weird. Everything else looks like kind of normal. Like I talked about the GLP on Syndra, so I won't harp on it again, other than to mention that I don't like it a second time. I also don't like this. Why does he still have a warding totem at 22 minutes as the jungler? Do they have 3 blue trinkets? They have 3 blues? Maybe this is intentional. It's just so that they can actually have vision. I don't like it regardless, but like, if you think about it that way, it kind of makes sense. You have all of these shitty trinkets that are just going to get bopped, but are necessary in order to keep you safe. But you need like actual wards because your Nautilus isn't quite enough. Sinister's going for the play. He's going to get the taunt in. Kale is just going to fucking die again. Eventually. Ooh, no taunt. That slow lands. Joker's going to try to turn this. He's got Onslaught of Shadows available. Oath is here with the Bird Bomb. It's Demonic Ascension, I know. I actually know the ability name for once. Oh, the snipe from Frug. Joker going to get caught maybe? Oh! Oh, the minion just saved his life. Oh! Well, it'd be like that sometimes, you know? So with... Yeah, I understand the triple blue completely. Do you still keep yellow as the jungler if you're losing, though? That's the one that I'm hung up on. I don't mind the triple blue. I guess I see the yellow with the triple blue making something resembling sense, but I still feel like you need 2 sweepers in order to get rid of all of the wards, which is almost more important than having wards yourself. Yeah, the first taunt looked like it went through her wing and just kind of wasn't the actual hitbox, maybe? I was wondering how long he was going to stare at that ward. Alright, Baron started up. Let's talk like, you know, a Baron play. They got some vision. Now they have the pink ward in. That's a good call to back off. Okay, they're going to target Hecarim, potentially? You have successfully pulled all of them into this area, so now you got to find the fight. Every tool is available other than Demonic Ascension. Taunt onto the support. Dyslexic is kind of separated from everybody. Now Frug is separated from people. I don't know about going in one at a time, but it's kind of cool. Alright, there we go. It's going to be the Swain that gets the kill. Yeah, they're running over this fight. Dyslexic went a little bit too deep, and then Gid went a little too deep on the back end, but it's working out, potentially? They have him really pinched in. They can't recall. And the minion wave is coming. Is anybody respawning? Are we really in danger? No. Okay. Everybody's backing off, though. Yeah, I don't... It was a good meme. Where can you actually get an advantage? I think you just need to shove that mid wave in. Well, should have shoved it earlier, maybe. Just to get that to crash. Anyway, we can reset for a couple minutes and do that again. There's actually the dragon in 25, which might be more important for all parties involved. That's represents Earth Soul, Mountain Soul for RotM, and nothing in particular for Glacial Omen, but they still want to fight for it. Is he going Warmog's third item? He'll have enough health, I guess. Ooh, oh, or the Justice Punch doesn't quite connect. They're gonna grab a couple. Warwick's gonna get peeled off. I don't think they have the rest to engage, but they got the pick, so that should be Earth. Should be Dragon. Dragon is the word I'm looking for. Dyslexic wants more. He's out for blood. Anybody that comes this way, they're gonna get taunted. I'm the worst ninja. I know that used to be a very popular discussion to have. I don't know if people have had it recently. Shen is actually just the worst ninja, right? Ninjas are supposed to be like stealthy. You're not supposed to know that they're there. Oh, he almost stole another buff. That's two that Oath has been super close on. Yeah, you're supposed to be stealthy and like assassin-y and like, I don't know, everything that Shen isn't. His job is to stand in front and tank things, and he like goes in and taunts people. Like, those are not things I associate with ninjas in any way, so I don't really understand that distinction. I mean, I guess, but if you're ulting only on invisible people, are like, no, he's the worst ninja. He's a cool character, don't get me wrong, but he's objectively not a very good ninja. All right, siege up. You got Earth Soul, so you can burn through some health on sieges, which is nice. Would be really nice to get that mid tower. That's the big goal, I think. I don't know how you're going to get it necessarily, but that would be the big goal. Oh, I was going to say, oh, she was actually low enough. Oh, that little shitty heal actually saved your life. Yeah, so now you can do Baron. Cool, cool, cool. No, Sneaky isn't a ninja, he's a cosplayer. That's a really annoying sound effect. Well, rinse, repeat. Haven't lost anything yet. Kale's almost level 16. That's something for Glacial Omen. They actually still have a ward in the Baron Pit. Who has a pink? The only person with a pink right now is Galio. So they're going to be viscerally aware every time this gets started up. And you don't actually have that much Baron damage. This is a relatively low damage comp altogether. Okay, finally swept out that ward. You can stay on it for a while because of Earth Soul. This is going to be a 50-50. It gets stolen, yeah. Do you win the fight afterwards? That's the big question. The Galio ult comes in finally to equalize. I can't really tell what's going on, but Frug is alive at the back end. This got really messy all of a sudden, but it's a triple kill for Frug. And the quadra kill for Frug. Alright. I don't know if they can end by themselves. The Crimson Ravens of ROTM gonna try to end the game. Yeah, not gonna end, for sure. Got the end hit, though. As far apart as the scoreboard is, it's only 6,000 gold. That actually is a lot closer than you'd expect, given the score lines in this game. Frug might be able just to win this. Yeah. Gets the Shen ult just to be safe, but he might have had that 1v1. It would have been pretty close. When Joker used the ult, that would have been the big difference, but... Alright, Elder is in a minute. That is the big game ender, I would assume. If you can secure it, or if Glacial Omen can defend it and continue to scale. She's level 16. Clock's over. Game's over. Glacial Omen win. Why is he backing? I guess he can get there in time. He's stopping the mid-minion wave first. This is really weird. Yeah, now there's 2 people on that mid-wave. Dragon spawns in 3 seconds. Okay, everybody's here. Alright, I want to see a good-looking team fight. Let's see... Not a meme. There we go. That looks really nice. That was a really good initiation by Oath and Dyslexic. I got what I wanted. How did Sinister wind up with tower? Whatever. That's going to be the game. That was a really nice team fight. And I liked a lot of what we saw early game, especially the attention that was paid to the Kayle to keep her down was really, really good. And it helped win like a winning lane. You had a good match at bottom where Frug and Oath could make plays and be aggressive in, and I think that made a lot of difference as well. Sinister played well, but he's been playing well every game that I've seen him, so that's not like necessarily a given, or that is not necessarily a difference, but yeah, everybody played really well that game. So yeah, let's watch game 3 really quick. We might even zip through it because I'm tired. Alright. Is there a 1.5 speed or is it only 2? It's only 2. That kind of sucks. I think we'll do it anyway. For a little bit, at least. We'll slow down once we get closer. Okay, bottom side of the rift for game number 3 is going to be Return of the Middle Sticks. Dyslexic's in the top lane on Set, Gid Shadeslayer on Warwick again, I Sinister in mid on Echo, and Frug and Oath returning on the Ezreal Swain. And on the other side, it's Zero Zen RL on Gangplank, not Joker, playing Volibear. Aishan, face checking in on Cassiopeia. What is happening? Why is this happening? Oh, the big face breaker! First blood for ROTM. That was a huge face breaker. You got both of those stuns, too. Crazy Movement and Starling are playing Ashe and Vel'Koz. Alright. Yeah, this feels like a good decision, just to zip through some of this. It feels like they got pretty much really good matchups across the board, honestly. Cassiopeia is super annoying into Echo, because you can't do your echo things if you're stuck on the cast W. Bottom lane feels kind of rough. Like, Vel'Koz is essentially just a counter to Swain. Ashe has push advantage on Ezreal. So the fact that they're, up in CS and shoving right now is actually pretty impressive, but it has a chance to be kind of rough later. What is this? Minus? Plus. Okay. Cool. We can slow down when we need to then. That's a really weird spot for the camera controls, by the way. Oh, I don't have objective timers. There we go. Cool. And then top lane, like, Gangplank can farm against Set. Like, that's honestly fine. It's a good matchup for Set, but it's not like he's going to win the game. And especially if you get barrels set up and get hit by them, and then your Volibear ganks, and yeah. Then you don't have flash, and your wave is frozen. Oh, no. This is actually not a good gank. This is not... Yeah. They're going to reset the wave, though. That would be super important. If they can reset it all the way into tower... This feels really slow after 2x speed. He's gonna die. Oh my god. Alright. I'm actually just gonna pause for a second because of that play. So, right now, Dyslexic is fucked. Alright. This wave right here with just these 2 minions left means the Gangplank could freeze in this spot the entire rest of laning phase, essentially, if he wanted to. And Dyslexic doesn't have flash to be able to contest the wave, so Joker can just come up here the entire game. Gid, like, when this happens again, Gid has to stay up here in order to shove that wave in, or we need to commit, like, Sinister roaming up. Like, this wave has to get out of this spot. Alright, I'm going to play again. We're going to see what happens, but this feels really slow now. It's still 1x. Okay. Have to double check. I kind of wish that was on like a separate little bar for me to see, but... Alright, we've had that expert analysis. Yeah, he's got a TP in, and you have to push this while he backs. And he's going to choose to back rather than keep his wave, which... Okay, he's not going to be stupid. Excellent. Excellent for him, not excellent for us. Because right now, if he sets up the barrels and he can keep this wave where it is, he just wins the lane, but he's not going to be able to. Alright, well. All of that hype up for nothing. He should have been able to just, yeah, set up a freeze and just win the video game. Instead, that'll eventually bounce. I don't know why Gid is doing Dragon. Oath's gonna go in. Oh, I guess he had Smite right then. This is bad. Sinister? Okay. I was a little greedy to wait for that, but it pays off, I guess. Get to keep your flash. Alright, so you can't be doing Dragon with the waves the way they were, because you just get collapsed on faster and you're already hurt from the Dragon. Yeah. Like, if you can be super sneaky and not get spotted, I guess it's worth, but I don't... In a competitive game, it's really hard to find a team that's just going to lapse on Dragon Vision. We're going to speed up again for a little bit. So Gangplank is actually just playing this really badly, which is fantastic for Dyslexic, but if he just sets up a barrel in the minion wave, Dyslexic can't walk into the minion wave to contest it, and it means that he's going to start being able to get the shove, or he can just freeze and make sure that Dyslexic can't walk up to the minion wave to get the farm, also can't like shove it to get out of there. Like, This is actually just a good matchup for Gangplank, and he's playing it really bad. So I'm glad for that, because Dyslexic is doing as well as he can with what he's been given, but yeah. Level 6 is pretty strong for Ashe Vel'Koz. Ashe even took the it's like a cheater recall setup, I guess. Went back and got the call fields, which is going to give him some pressure in the Ezreal lane. Gets looking for this, has the ult. Where's the oranges? Why didn't he orange? Was it on cooldown? I mean, it would have to be. Like, you don't just willingly die, right? Oath is caught just a little bit, and this Lifeform Disintegration Ray is more than enough. Yeah, that's... This is just a rough lane to play right now if you're Ezreal Swain. They're doing great so far, like... 2 deaths is manageable. Having a CS lead is great. But you kind of need to get out of there as fast as possible. Again, I almost want to see the swap, right? I think Set can farm. Maybe not great. Maybe you even just give up the bot tower, because whatever. But you put Ezreal Swain top against Gangplank and try to starve him. Or shove that tower down and open up the game earlier so that he can't scale. Like, one of the 2 options. But I think you have to get your bot lane away now that it's level 6s. And maybe that's the plan with this Rift Herald. They're going to break this tower, which is pretty good. Now you have to be careful not to get your lane frozen on you here, which it just might be. Although that ult's going to just chunk through the minion wave, so... Oh, Dyslexic! Oh, he got the auto canceled! Oh. Ouch. Well, the wave's still going to bounce, so it's still farmable for him. Again, I think you just swap. You give up a dragon, you give up bot turret, but I don't know. That's kind of a results-based analysis, and also, like, I always feel like I should have analysis, but I don't know if this is, like, absolutely the best macro decision. This I don't think is. They got full resets just now. They don't have the Gangplank ult, but you have 2 more teleports. They're actually going to get this fast enough. Oh, good. They have enough damage. And they're going to pick Vel'Koz? What? Were they just not... Did they just not come to Dragon? Why was that free? I'm not paying enough attention, but I'm paying too much attention to dumb things. Alright, so that's super good. We split the first 2 dragons, which means that even if you start to get behind now, Soul Point is going to be forever away. My Sinister dashes forward, just can't quite find that damage. Almost has his Proto Belt done. He's a little behind the cast, but again, oh, this is so good. Is he fine? He's fine. Alright. So that's really opportunistic of Frug and Oath to be able to grab Crazy Move in before Starling is able to respawn, even. So I really like that play. Yeah, Sinister is just also stuck in a bad matchup right now. And Dyslexic's gonna die because he's split pushing. That was kind of funny. The volley bear was, oh no. Why? That almost makes me more mad than if you flash it while you're killing me. Like, why wait 90 seconds or what. It's not that long. Why wait the extra 15 seconds to flash it later, right? Also, you're going GLP on Vel'Koz support. You're not good. Alright. Now that we're done flaming, yeah. Ooh, big face breaker, actually. Oh, they just killed Ishan! That's such good targeting. They got 2. They're not quite going to be able to get 3. Maybe they will. Oh, the Q, just a little wide. Does he have another phase dive? Does Gid have something? Kill this man! Alright, cool. That was such a good fight, though. I don't know what the comms are like, but immediately just, hey, we're killing Cass first. Boom. Hey, Nyx's volley. Boom. Just perfect. Beautiful. And bot lane's not in bot lane. I am a big fan right now of things that are happening. I am not a big fan of this. This is bad. Ishan still had ult. Oh, God. You don't have to fully back off of the teleport, but you can't just immediately dive against a cast with ult, and you also can't just give her free kills. Oh, it's a trade. That's something. And you got the top line tower. That's still probably not worth... I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not getting paid, so I don't have to put my life on the line for it. I'm going to say not worth, tentatively, with the option to retract later. Really not worth if Frug dies, just to Ash Arrow here in like 3 seconds. We'll put that caveat on. If Frug gets picked by Ash Arrow or the Vel'Koz ult, it's really not worth. We can firmly stake that. I'm nervous for him. He's got a back. Are they going to find him? Why was it so focused on his recall? Why was that the most important thing happening on the map-directed camera? Alright. Oh, that didn't hit! League of Legends? I want to be done casting for the day, but I also want to see that didn't hit, because that looked wide. I know the hitbox is a little wider than the arrow, but still, man, that's rough. That... And with Dragon up in 5 seconds is also not great. And that's going to be the first gold lead of the game for Glacial Omen. Alright, barrels, gun. You still actually have vision control of your RTM, so this is not the most dangerous situation right now. And look at I like this. The wave prio mid, Dyslexic and Gid right now are doing the right thing. Just go ahead and take that mid turret for free. Even if you lose the dragon, whatever. That was a decent barrel chain. Oath looking for the engage. They fly in with Zero Zen. They take down the gangplank first. He just doesn't have the defensive tools yet. Hard to fault Oath there. The focus is just a little split. Like, the amount of damage that Gid did to everybody over here in this little clump was so high. If you get a Frug, like, a little bit of damage from Frug, if you get Sinister jumping in with a Time Winder, all of them die. But we kind of chased the Volley Bear off to the top end of the fight rather than focusing on the carries, which, like, I understand the threat of it. Just, yeah. W trades, and the dragon's gonna go to them. Yeah, I think you just reset after. Like, again, kind of results-based analysis. I need to say these things before it happens, but yeah, probably just reset there when you're so low and they have teleports. Alright. Gangplank's almost finished with his cull. I don't see any super weird. As Cass, I don't know about Rylai's before Leandry's. That's a small niggle, though. Oh, there's one to talk about. Okay, Set. If you go Bork first, you are committing to damage, you just go full damage. Bork Triforce is your item combo. If you're going to go Black Cleaver, you do that first and you go into the tanky set with the Deadmans and whatnot. But right now you just don't get value out of Black Cleaver, and your team also doesn't get great value out of Black Cleaver. Your team isn't about shredding armor or standing there auto-attacking people, and Ezreal doesn't really benefit from it. So I don't care which you would pick, but it's Bork Trinity Force, or you go Black Cleaver first into like tankier stuff. You make use of your tank stats. But as it is, this just doesn't commit to any build one way or another, and it gets you caught in the middle on your efficiencies. This was not a good force in mid lane, just to be clear. But I think that that's also pretty obvious. Ishan! Oh no. Alright. That's a good pick. How do you have vision? Oh, there's a word on the other side. Okay. Did he just walk over there to steal the blast plant? Like, why is he there? Why is he going Spirit Visage first? Like, there's questions that I have, but Vel'Koz is a monster. Also just has his Zhonya's finished up, so that's really hard. Means that you can't focus him as hard. This is just kind of a rough set game anyway. Normally you want like some beefy frontliner you can throw into the back, but it's really hard to throw Volibear into the back, and like Gangplank just isn't a great matchup for you. I'm assuming the Shen was banned, because Shen would be really good with it. He was trying to ward, and he hit his Zhonya's. We've all been there. I don't know if you saw that. If you saw that, you can really take advantage of it, but I don't know if it was visible. Alright, this game has stalled out. Does it continue to stall out? It does for a little bit. We'll speed it up for a second. There's a dragon in a minute 30. I'm assuming that's when people start fighting again. These lane assignments are probably right, just for the record. Mid laners, mid makes sense. I could see flipping Echo and Set, because Echo has more tower pressure than Set does right now, and you need to bust that tier 1 at some point. But, like, honestly, that's a small thing. For them, it makes perfect sense because you want your Gangplank to get a little bit more farm right now in mid game, so you stick him in the place with the tower. But yeah, minor optimizations. Okay, speeding up again because this is boring. He got the tower, and he's gonna get ganked. All right, this looks again kind of like everybody's not on the same page. Like, I think we were running down there to defend Dyslexic, but now you can't recall. If you want to fight for the dragon, you can't recall. I guess that caveat. If you're going to not fight for the dragon, whatever, dude, be free. But if the ultimate goal is to fight for the dragon, there is no recall there. What is a call fields for? Why am I blanking? Hysterics? Does Sterix have a Caulfield? No. We'll find out later. Alright, what is Gangplank building? Gangplank is headed for his Essence Reaver, which is correct. Cass has her big 3-item Power Spike. That's really rough. Ashe has the right 2 items. They're going to find Dyslexic with the Ashe Arrow. I don't think they can actually choke through him. No reason to actually look at a fight really right now. Oh, that's a big chunk with the Ezreal ult, but he's not anywhere nearby. Oh, he's got Teleport. That's, I guess, one other thing is that these teleports on both sides, it's not just ROTM. Nobody's using teleport to do anything. And it's something like being more cognizant of what plays you can make with teleport when you have them available. Yeah. We're stalled out again. We're speeding up. Yeah, and the fact that this game is stalling out means that it's really favored toward Glacial Omen because they have Gangplank and Cassiopeia. Even the better scaling bot lane, I would argue, with Ashe and Vel'Koz. Like, they're eventually going to have 4 carries. Which we are kind of too, but everybody's very mid-game focused on ROTM, which means that this should be when we're strong, is these couple of minutes right here. And there's nothing that's getting done because right now we're just shoving waves at each other. This is essentially lane phase 2. Which some games is absolutely good, but in this one it's pretty bad. Oath. Gonna get caught because of a flash. Ezreal's in base, so it's hard to be contesting vision anyway. Like, if you're going to look for a play, you have to all group up together. I know this is like almost beating a dead horse at this point. We'll talk about some bigger things at the end of this. Oh, that Ezreal ult didn't have the burn attached to it. Are they actually going to make a play at any point in this game? That's a good pick. Alright, Baron? They all just recalled. Oh, I don't... If they knew... If you guys knew that they had all recalled, you could have already finished Baron. Instead it's going to be teleport in. This is rough. I think this gets stolen or turns bad. Gets around the side. Big Cass ult onto 2. It's hard to force onto this team. Frug is safe at the back end, but now he's inside Gangplank ult. They got 2. Dyslexic's huge! Wait! Dyslexic's popping off! That fight! The set! That was so good! Alright, you can't get Baron. Shove mid wave, shove bot wave. Or get Dragon. Dragon's good too. Dragon's going to be rough, though, because Vel'Koz is going to come in and just laser your asses, and then it'll be bad. I think they've got it. Yeah, they've got it. Oh. Alright, they got another trade, and they're going to get it. That was his own Ashe Arrow? Wait. That's an insane play. What? He threw the Ashe Arrow to the left because he was going to use the teleport to Alright. Yeah. GG. That's fine. That man just six-headed all over. Alright, Baron's gonna go... Ooh! Gangplank secured Baron. We're actually going for the fight. Let's even trade Frug's in front, though. Frug has to be careful. Alright, they're gonna finish this one off. Triple kill for Frug. Frug is huge. Frug is gonna... I don't know what Frug is building. Bork? Fourth? Double lifesteal? That seems kind of weird. Oh, Dyslexic was building Death Stance. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I just like his build infinitely better if he has Trinity Force. Yeah. Alright. Gangplank still has Baron, so this is really hard to push against. 13 seconds on things. Have to be super careful, and now there's no minion wave. Alright. Gotta get out of here. Oh no. Goodbye, Oath. So, like, that Ashe play should go in game clip. Like, why has nobody made a big deal out of that play? Why is Skid taking blue buff? These questions may never have answers. Here comes the siege from Glacial Omen. They're now very strong, boys. Sinister didn't get a stun. Facebreaker Joker back in. I know it says that he's not Joker, but I think he's lying. Alright, we're gonna speed up. This game went on way too long. Barrel! God. They're resetting again. I guess their Baron buff expired. They have another attempt at Cloud Soul in a minute. They're not even located on the correct side of the map for it right now. That really sucks that Echo Autos don't actually kill the mini Krugs. I guess they're the mini Krugs. Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything about that one. Yeah. That's bad. That's rough. Alright, so that should be Cloud Soul. What can you do while your enemy is taking Cloud Soul? You could just Bonsai push mid, Bonsai push top, or just take your jungle and let them keep playing the game. Minute 30 on Baron. They have all the vision control in the world. We'll see if anybody gets picked right before it. So something about their team, all of their okay, this one's a little late, but all of their pre-objective back timers are like 50 to 45 seconds before the objective spawns, and they get there right on time. That was Warwick ult. I don't even think that would have been a pick if it hit. Oh, this is a big fight. They didn't catch Joker though. Frug isn't with the team right now. Frug is split. Gangplank teleported in. Volibear's behind everybody. He doesn't have ult though. Nobody except Frug has an ult. He flashed. Okay, got the pick on the jungler. So now theoretically, Baron would be an option because there's no jungler on the enemy team. If you were comfortable, but that support is just gonna almost solo the top laner because reasons. Ooh, a big Swain W, not gonna really result in anything. Big knock-up though. This Vel'Koz is actually really on point with his skill shots, and the Ashe ult's up. This is really split. You need Frug to be doing damage. He hasn't done anything in this fight. He can't do anything over this wall. Now finally starting to rejoin. They're turning. They're turning. Chrono Break. Ishan's low. Sinister. Oh, they just have no health, but they're fine. Ah, that's a frustrating fight. right now Frug represents like 70% of the team's damage, right? The other 30's set and a little bit of Swain, right? I want to see Echo just eliminate somebody, but he's having such a hard time getting into the fights that it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's a rough Echo game for sure because you get zoned out by the Cassiopeia, the barrels, the Vel'Koz. It's hard to jump in, right? But Frug is outputting just a billion damage from the back, but when he can't output damage from the back while the front line's dying, it means that the team fights just get super wonky. Alright, speeding up again. Could start making my own sound effects. That wouldn't be worthwhile. That would actually be terrible for everyone involved. Yeah, everybody just zipping around. Who's got teleports? Cass does, that's why she's in the bottom lane. Echo does, that's why he's in the bottom lane. Oh, they're gonna try to pick Cass. Alright. Let's take a sec. Oh, they spotted him. How'd they know he was there? Did somebody blue ward behind? Uh-oh. Dyslexic's in trouble. Oh, he couldn't even hit W. Run, Sinister. No. Oh, he couldn't even hit R because he was on the miasma. Alright, this is probably the game being lost currently. Ooh, now you don't have Ezreal to even try to steal. They're really respectful. Like, there is no reason they have to be this respectful of everything. Alright. They also don't need this Baron, but they're gonna go get it anyway. Alright, now this game is pretty unlosable for them. They just need to push mid and win. So let's see what they do. Alright, last ditch fight. I like the effort. It's good hustle. It's not gonna matter. Oh, he didn't quite kill off Volibear. Alright. Oh! That's pleasant. Got 2 kills. Alright. I don't know if anybody on the gold team is still here. I just really briefly wanted to reflect on some of the big things that we can take from this series, right? It's not, hey, you guys are terrible. I think that this series is very winnable, and I think that the league is very winnable. And I think that you all individually are very good players. All right. That being said, the big issue that I'm seeing is communication and synergy. So synergy would be built by just playing games together, which I know has been hard to get everybody on at the same times and doing things like that, or to even commit to this over other teams. But just playing a couple more games together would definitely help fix some of the things. The other big thing, and this is something that like you can even see pro teams struggle with, just being able to communicate clearly, concisely what you're doing. What I want to hear on, one of these turret dives where the game's tipping is Gid being very clear. Hey, we're gonna dive. We're gonna kill this person. Or can we dive? Can we kill this person? And very clearly when it looks like Frugy or Sinister or Dyslexic think that it's not a great idea, you have to say no, it isn't. No, we can't. And then Gid has to respect no. And those three communication things are going to be invaluable for fixing a lot of the mistakes that continue to happen. And it's really tough in the moment, especially as the jungler just go for a dive. Like shorten it as much as you need to, but if you get a no in return or I can't contest scuttle or whatever it happens to be, you have to respect that your teammates can't be there and you have to play something else. The other thing is just making sure that you're trying to trade things. If they're off doing dragon, like at least get mid priority, at least get top priority, at least like get vision around the other side of the map. Like make sure that if you 100% know that they're making a play that you can't answer on one side of the map, that you're doing something on the other side of the map. Sometimes it's like super minor. Sometimes it's I went and dropped a ward in their jungle. Like something super minor, but just that little bit is going to help you contest things and help maybe get a positive play on the back end, right? Because I think that those were I mentioned kind of the one time you could have made a play in response uh, in game number one. In this game, it felt very like the team fights were just kind of wonk because the team comp was kind of wonk, but um, like there were a bunch of moments where it was groups of two or three that were on the same page, but it wasn't the whole team. And I don't know what the communication's like again, but just trying to be on the same page is the biggest difference. So yeah. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. This really was just to help get stream time, honestly. So hopefully it was useful. I really liked game two. I thought you guys played really well and punished Kale really nicely, which is good to see. It's not all doom and gloom. Um, yeah. So thanks guys, and we'll see you sometime soon.